All right, welcome back to Relegation now, guys. Today we have, so you must have just seen our top 10 strikers. You have top 10 wingers now. So we'll send in your top 10 wingers to me, count up the results, and we'll start from 10th to first. So 10th is Wilfred Zaha. So I believe everyone put him, three people put him at number 10, and then one person boom, at number 7, I believe. I mean, Tom, we'll start with you.
7.
Zaha, how do you rate him?
I don't remember.
So that 10 spot struggling to get in a player because I already done like the top 6 and I scouted top 6. So I was looking for a player out of the top 6. And typically for years we've always been saying that Zaha is that winger out of the top 6 you would say could come into one of the top 6. I just think he is a very unique winger. He's got pure skill, trickery. The amount of fouls he can concedes, gets given for him. Sorry, I think he's brilliant. And Crystal Palace, they're a good, solid team, but for many years he's been carrying them for a while. The move with Man United didn't go great, but I think he deserves to be in the top 10 because I think out of the top 6, he's got pure skill and probably better than he could maybe be better than some people in the top 6, but you can't really judge it because he's at Crystal Palace. So I think he's deserving of top 10 to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I said if someone put him at 7th, like I don't know who it was. It was me. I don't know what, like it wasn't me, but it was me putting at 7th. Yeah, before I was a bit skeptical of him. Like he was linked with Arsenal. I was like, I don't know about him. He's like a winger, but he had no end product. But like over the last few seasons, he's improved his finishing a lot, and I think he's just more of a bit of a team player as well. Like he fights for the team a lot more now, so I feel like he just deserved to be a bit higher. Then number 9, Tom will actually stick with you this one as well. Bernardo Silva came in at number 9. Okay, so Tyrese, I believe you did not put him in your top 10, and Jack, you put him the highest at number 7 out of everyone. So Tom, you're arguing that he's not really a winger, he's more a creative player, but how do you rate him as a winger?
I mean, he's still class. I mean, if it was me, I'd have him as a playmaker, but City tend to have like a 4-3-3 if I'm right.
Yeah.
Plus they got De Bruyne for that playmaker, so I feel like putting him with De Bruyne, it might be a bit too open in the midfield, but he can play that advanced playmaker from wide. So De Bruyne will take the more central passing, but he will take the wide passing, which is different. Not many teams do that, but it works with him. He's a very good player. And it's not easy keeping in that team, but he does when he's fit. And for most of the time when he was fit, he was keeping the place over a player like Riyad Mahrez, who has bundles of ability. So I think he's very deserving because not just for Man City, he even is brilliant for his country. So I think he's a quality player in a position that may not even suit him as well as playmaker.
Yeah, then next on the list, Pulisic. Ty, you put him the highest. You put him at number 7, I believe. His first season was good. Got a lot of injuries though to stagger him a bit, but I think everyone was a bit skeptical of his end product, but he showed that he still got it. So what made you put him at number 7 above Rashford, Zaha, and Bernardo as well?
Well, first
Where
of
do you
all,
put Bernardo in top 10?
Well, to start off with Pulisic over Rashford, he has more Premier League hat-tricks, for one. And then I didn't put Bernardo in because I personally just think he's more of an attacking midfielder than a winger. But yeah, so I put Pulisic number 7 just because, number 1, bias, obviously. And then number 2, like the way he played in games last season, like when he came on against Liverpool and then ran through like four, 5 of their players, and then he set up the goal, and then he scored one of his own against the Premier League champions. And then like just his overall game, I think, is just really good, and I think it's better than certain wingers in the Premier League. But I don't think he's like top 3 or 4 yet. I think he can be.
Can I
still
just
really
say
is.
quickly,
Yeah.
you put him above Rashford. Why did you put him above Rashford?
I just think he's got more to his game. Like, sometimes Rashford just looks a bit one-dimensional. Like he runs out of ideas. Like he's good. Like I rate Rashford, but like sometimes Rashford just like goes in and out of games. Like he'll score a goal like he scored against Brighton, which was really good. But then he'll do what he done against Palace the week before, and he'll just disappear. That's just my opinion.
Well, that brings us perfectly on to number 7, who is Marcus Rashford. Okay, I'm 7th. I personally put my number 10, just I think he's better than the rest, in my opinion. Jack Tarn both for my number 8, and then Ty put him at Jack and Ty put him at number 8, Tom put him at number 6. So Tom, if you rate him quite highly, Jack. Rashford broke onto his team very early, so like it seems like he's been around forever now, but he's still so young. What made you put him at number 8?
I just don't think he's as good as the other people yet. You know, I still rate him high. I think he's a very good player. Still has a lot to learn in the game. Like Tyree said, sometimes he does look a bit, well, what do I do now once he gets the ball? But other times he looks unplayable. You know, so I still think he's a fantastic player. I just put him where I put him just because I thought the other people above him were better.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, you put him at number 6. The Premier League has so many wingers. Like, what made you put him up there?
Well, I'm surprised Jack put him so low for a Man United spot. I'll probably back him because if I took a guess, you probably got someone like. Actually, have I got him over? I don't think I did. I think you probably got someone like Riyad Mahrez, who is above him. I would disagree just because Rashford last year, he got 17 goals, I believe, from wing.
Yeah.
Now, some people will say he can play up front, so he gets some of the goals from the up front position. But I'm pretty sure when he went up front, he hardly scored. I don't even think he did score. I can't remember, but he hardly scored. So I don't see how you can't. Obviously, in my top 5, it's hard to get in there because there's such top players. But then I think there's 17 goals from wing. I think that's brilliant. I mean, and he went that great after lockdown. So imagine if he kept his form, like if he didn't get injured, how many goals he could have scored, because before he got injured, he was on really good form. And he came back. So I think he deserves to be top 6.
Yeah, and like Rashford as well, I think around like October to December time, and United were strong with injuries for a bit and attacking options. He really did come up for them at such a young age as well. So fair enough, he's at number 7. And then before we enter the top 5, number 6 is Raheem Sterling. So like he's a player who's developed a lot under Pep. He's improved his finishing ability. We all had him around the 5th or 6th position. Like everyone was like around the same with him. Ty, what do you think stops him from entering that top 5? Do you think or like the higher players in the league?
Passing, like, didn't he only get like 1 assist last season, and he's playing in the front line for Pep Guardiola, which is, I know he scores a lot of goals, but I think sometimes he tries to do a bit too much. He'll try and score like a solo goal when all he really has to do is square it to someone like a Mahrez or a De Bruyne. So I think if he works on his assists, then I think he'll break into that top 3, top 4 maybe. But he's a very good goal scorer.
Yeah, like Todd, like you did put Sterling above Rashford, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah, no, you put Rashford above Sterling actually. Did you?
Did.
No, you put Sterling above Rashford. No, you did put Sterling above Rashford. Yeah, you did.
No,
you
I
put
didn't.
1 above Rashford. For Rashford 6, Sterling 5th.
Well, that's wrong.
Well, what do you think? Like, if you think that Sterling is competing Rashford, clearly, like, what is stopping Sterling as well then? Because, like Ty said, he got 1 assist, but he did get 20 plus goals out, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Thing is with Sterling, he frustrates me because I don't really list in attack. Not great. He's more of a goal scoring game. I get that, but I've never been. If it was to him how to take a penalty or have a shot close range, as much as he does score, I'm still not for some reason just not as comfortable with him as I would with others. But he is a class player and he has grown a lot over the years. Whether he'll grow any more, I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, he's class.
All right, into the top 5 now, guys. Can't confirm there's 1 Man City player, 2 Spurs players, and 2 Liverpool players. I'm sure we know who the 2 Liverpool players are and 2 Spurs players are as well. And number 5 is, in fact, Riyad Mahrez. So we've seen 3 City players on the list already. Mahrez is the highest. And if I'm correct, Jack, you did put Mahrez the highest out of your 3 Man City wingers as well. What makes him the best for you out of all of them?
I don't have an answer because I just think he's so good. Like everything he does, like his first touch, I think is unbelievable. Especially, like you see, it did it again in the Leicester game. It goes pinged across. It's right in front of me. He's running. He just touches it while running. I don't know why. I just think he's so good. Like I hate Man City, but he's just so good. You can't deny that. And even though he doesn't get that many minutes. Well, he does sometimes, but he doesn't play that much at City because of the rotation. Yeah. But he still manages to get at least double figures goals and assists. Even sometimes 10 goals, 10 assists. So that's why I put in the highest out of the Man City players. I just think he's the best winger there.
Where did you put him overall?
5th, I want to say.
Put him
4th or 5th. Can't remember which way around. 4th.
Put him 4th. I mean, Tom will bring on to you because you put him the lowest out of everyone. You put him at 7th, I believe. What made you put him so low?
Yeah. Well, look, he's a brilliant player, but he's not as good as Sterling. As much as he might be technically more gifted than Sterling, it's about the impact he has in the game. I just feel like Sterling's more impactful in the game. Just look at the stats. I know people say stats are not everything, but the stats that Sterling gets is just better
Sterling
than
plays
Mahrez.
most games.
I know Mahrez is in and out. Yeah, but there's a reason for that. Sterling, you don't just put it. That don't matter. Yeah, but Sane was there.
He was injured last season. So you want someone to play half the games but get the same amount of goals?
He was still starting Sterling over Sane.
Because he told he was leaving.
No, before that, Jack. Anyway, I just think Sterling has more impact on the game than Mahrez. As much as Mahrez is good, I feel like Sterling has more of an impact. So I wouldn't put Mahrez above him.
Mahrez got a goal and assist yesterday.
A banger.
Oh, well done.
Sterling didn't do anything.
Well, 1 game. Are you being for real?
I mean, you said he's more impactful. We didn't do anything that game.
Yeah, impactful in a season, Jack. You're going off. You're just being stupid now. One game.
Bro, Sterling plays near enough every game. You want Mahrez to match his numbers because he plays 30 games less.
So you think Mahrez, if he plays the same amount of games as Sterling, he gets to the numbers that Sterling gets? Sterling's competing for Golden Boot. He's in that mix. Mahrez is not in that
He
mix.
doesn't play enough games to get there.
I think Mahrez is just more complete. That's the thing.
You think if
That's what
Salah
I'm
played
saying.
the same, if Salah played the same amount of games
No,
Mahrez, do you
that's
think
what
he'd
I'm
be
saying.
challenging
I
for
just
the
asked
boots?
you, if Mahrez plays the same games as Sterling, he gets more goals.
Could do. He's a better finisher than Sterling.
All right. I just
You don't think Mahrez is a better finisher than Sterling?
Yeah, I've got the stats here from last season. They both played 33 games, but Sterling played 700 more minutes. I think there's 700 more minutes of Sterling. Both 33 games. Sterling got a total of 21 goals and assists. Mahrez got 20. Mahrez got 11 goals, 9 assists. Sterling got 20 goals by 1
I
assist.
played what? How many? 700 less minutes.
Yeah.
I just think he's a better player.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I put Mahrez up at number 4 as over Jack. It's like they all work quite close to me, Mahrez, Sterling, but not a bit further off. But like Jack said, you can't explain it. Mahrez just has that something about him. Like he's so silky. Like I think if you're like defending against him, like a fan of a team that's defending against him, you are worried about him because he could not just like beat your player, he could embarrass your player quite badly with the attackers he has. So I think that just puts him up for me. They're into number 4. The first of the Spurs wingers, Heung-min Son. We've seen Son play strike a few times, and he's done a job there playing on the wing. He can dribble, he can shoot. Tom, where do you see him? Like his Spurs legacy, if you want to call it that.
Gifted players we've had at the club. That guy, there's nothing he can't really do. The guy, it doesn't matter whether he's on his left foot, right foot. I'm confident he'll score, whether he's outside the box, inside the box. He's got skill, trickery, and he has to always. I think there's always a lot of pressure on him because he has. I don't like him up front, but then he has to always keep going up front because there's no replacement for Kane. But when he's on left wing, is when he's just so good. Players are scared to come up against him, and I think he is honestly, even though a lot of people rate him, I think he is so underrated because I think he's up there with the best. You put him in a Liverpool or City team, he'll rack up so much more stats. I think he's so underrated. I'm surprised that, well, I'm happy, but I'm surprised a big team like City or, I don't know, Bayern, Barca, Madrid, anyone like that has not come in for him because I think he's up there with the best. He's just so good.
Yeah, I agree. Like 27?
27.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I put him the highest and I've ever put him third on my list because I just think he's everything you want to win. He's got pace, he's 2-footed, he can cross, he can shoot. I mean, you saw that 4 goal against Southampton the other day. Like, it's an unbelievable player, and like, I'm completely agree. Like, I'm surprised a Bayern Munich, a Barca, even a Real Madrid just come in and try to bid for him because for me, he is up there with more like best wingers in the world. Then number 3, we'll stay with Tom because it is the other Spurs winger, Gareth Bale. He's come back for a loan spell. He hasn't played in a few months, but we all know the quality that's there. We know what he's done for Real Madrid over the 7 years. I think he's been there. Champions League is won. You actually put him number 1 on your list. What made you think he was the best winger in the league?
Well, part of that is biasness. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But not to the extent of it being so ridiculous. Because if you argue that that's ridiculous, that he's nowhere. Where have you been really? Big game player. He didn't go to Real Madrid for no reason. He was. If you take it back to when he was with us, 21 goals in that season. He got Young Player of the Season and PFA Player of the Season, so he got both awards. And if you look at the team he was playing with, they were shocking. Other than Modric, Modric left by that time actually, so it wasn't even Modric. And then he went to Madrid, and he was. A lot of people didn't. I feel like Real Madrid didn't take much notice of him because of Ronaldo, but then I feel like he was more impactful in the big games than Ronaldo. Go to that Barcelona Copa del Rey where Ronaldo was injured, I believe. He was in the stands for that game. Brilliant goal past Bartra, ran off the pitch, and then go back to the Atletico Madrid final. He got him that equaliser to take it to pens. And then the Champions League final against Liverpool, with that, probably the best Champions League final, well, in my time anyway, but whether it is the best Champions League final goal, I don't know. But in my time, I doubt I'll probably ever see a better goal than that in the Champions League final. He's a big game player and he's a problem. A lot of people will go off of last year's, like he didn't get great stats last year, but you got to remember he wanted to leave last year. He was going to leave, and the Madrid stopped him from leaving. And you see like videos, you know, that typical video of, I think it was ran passing him the that flag at the you know where they take the picture, and he's literally looking at him like, "Don't give me that badge." He literally passed it. That just shows you a man that is just disgusted and don't want to play for that team. So I reckon if we get him fit, because a fit Bale is if we get him 100% fit, a fit Bale is top 5 best players in the world. I don't care what anyone says. He is top 5 best players in the world if he's 100% fit. Whether we'll get him to best players in the league, he's class. And he literally not just that, he dragged Wales to, what was it? Was it Euros?
Yeah,
They got to the semis, and that is, I wouldn't have believed that they would have got to that. Fell short to Portugal, I believe, but he is class, and I'm excited to see what he does back in the Prem because he's going to fall back in love with the sport.
Jack and Ty both from at number 3. I'm from a bit lower at number 5 because I think I just weighed in more his lack of games more than anything. Like the other last international break against Wales, I think he was taken off at half time because you could tell he hadn't played in a while. He just wasn't on it as much as everyone else. But yeah, like I said, if you could get him fully fit, then he's up there challenging best players in the world because he's got the pace, he's got power. Then I think he took about Champions League finals. I think he technically got the winner as well when they got their La Decima title against Atletico Madrid. Because I think he put them in the lead 2-1 in extra time. But yeah, he is one of the best. Then so we got top 2, and believe it or not, they're actually tied for the same points. Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, both Liverpool winners, fantastic plays. Can't talk badly about them.
Who put Salah above Mane?
Well, we're going to that now. So I did as well. But so Ty, we'll start with you. You put Mane as the best winger in the league. What makes him the best for you?
I think he's more complete than Salah, personally. But then last season, I think Salah, he was better. He was a better team player last season, like towards the end, because I think did he get double figures assists last season? I think he got 10. I might be wrong.
I don't think Salah did.
Okay, well, either way, Mane is better because I just think he is more complete, and I think Salah, because you even saw it earlier in the Arsenal game.
Yeah,
Salah tried to take it away from Jota, I believe.
Yeah.
And really, Jota had a tap in. And I don't think Mane would do that. Mane would just let his teammates score. So I think Mane is more complete than Salah, which makes him better. But I think it is very close between the two.
Yeah,
I think they're definitely top 2.
I just think if you watch Liverpool, Salah's got brilliant stats. He does take penalties, but then you still got to score them at the end of the day. But Mane, if you watch Liverpool, he's more involved in the build-up of the play. Salah's decision making, I would say, just needs a little bit more improving. I feel like Mane is a better reader and has better football intelligence than Salah. They're so close because, in a way, you can't. When you come to this like top 3 or top 2, you can't really argue because they're all world class. But I just think, and Liverpool, the only people that I really know, especially is Liverpool fans, and from what I know, Liverpool fans always say that Mane is better than Salah, and I agree because if you watch Liverpool, he's just more involved in the play, and yeah, I just think he's got a better footballing brain, but it is close, but that's the reason for
me. Yeah, so me and Jack both put Salah as the number 1 wing in the league. Jack, go to you first before I talk. Yeah, so what just makes him? What makes him better than Mane, better than Son and Bale?
I just think it's the way people look at football. He just scores goals for fun.
Yeah,
and he might miss a few chances, but 9 times out of 10, you back him to score. He just scores for fun every game. Like first season in the Prem, he scores 32 Premier League goals. Then the next season, I don't know if the next season after he wins a Golden Boot again.
Yeah. Next season.
2 out of the 3 seasons, I think he's been in, or 3 out of the 4, he's won the Golden Boot. I just think he scores big goals, Champions League goals, scores big Premier League goals, and I think he's just an all-round monster. I think he just goals he scores, brilliant goals, tap-ins, everything. So that's what makes him better than Mane for me.
Yeah, it's a bit similar with me. Like they've both scored some unbelievable goals. They've also both scored some vital last-minute winners to get 3 points in the end. Like so, Mane did that last year against Villa 1 or 2 times. Salah done loads of times as well. And then, say Champions League as well, they both come up with some huge goals for them. But what just takes Salah above Mane for me is he can destroy a team on his own almost. Mane can score the odd goal here and there, important ones, but Salah will absolutely destroy a team. We've seen him do before with Watford, against Everton a few times, against Arsenal so many times as well. I believe if Mane was there and say, I don't know, Shaqiri was there or Minamino on the right, I think they'll be a good team. But for me, Salah just takes them to the complete next level. And that just makes him like you said, he scores goals one more can you ask for. Already probably getting close to 100 Premier League goals now, probably not too far off. So
I can't believe we sold Salah.
Yeah, there's a huge miss.
You can't really say that now because that's not as deep as the De Bruyne one for me for Chelsea selling because Salah he was getting his chance and he weren't doing well.
Yeah, De Bruyne was actually decent when he played for us as well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. De Bruyne was decent. And there was just obviously something that I think it was Mourinho didn't like him, or I don't know. A big offer must have just come in, and they thought, we might as well take it. I think it was 16. What was it? Oh no, that 15. Was the Man City one. 15.
15.
Jesus Christ, you lost out big.
Yeah, Mourinho wanted to play Oscar instead.
Oscar was a baller.
Yeah, well, that's the top end there. Salah, Mane, joint first. I think that's fair enough for them as well. They've actually taken the league by storm. The only other player outside of these guys to get a vote was Ziyech. You put him at number 9, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done so good for Ajax. Got them. He bio up on the Champions League run 2 seasons ago. What just makes him top 10 for you already?
It was mainly biased, and I was just running out of wingers. but yeah, no. Obviously, from what I saw from him in the last 2 seasons, and especially last season when he played against Chelsea, I just think when he eventually gets fit, I think he'll have a big impact on Chelsea's season because I think he's been a big miss for us so far. But yeah.
Yeah, not gonna lie. When we played him in the semi-final, I ain't gonna lie, he was a problem. He was a big problem. Yeah, I think I probably if we're doing this like next season, I'd probably put him in
Yeah.
because I think he will have a good season for Chelsea.
Yeah, he's proved his worth, I guess, at Ajax. Like Ajax was a good team, not the greatest team, so I think he's probably one of the best players in that team that reached the semi-final. But yeah, there's no votes for the likes of Adama Traore, Pepe, Willian. I'm happy Adama not there because in my opinion he's very overrated. But,
yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ziyech as well. Like he's a bit like Bernardo. He can play in the middle as well, a bit of more of a creator role. So there's that versatility about him as well. So I'm very excited to see how he does this season. But yeah, those are the top 10 wingers. Next time we'll do probably top 10 like cams, number 10s, and then maybe one of those. But yeah, that is all for now.
I think it's time to talk. I think it's time we sit down and just say what's going on. I think we should say